Welcome, my Nubian people. Welcome to another insightful discussion. Who you being good to? Who you being good to? First, let's get into the science of alchemy. We are made up of alchemy within chemistry, chemicals within that make us eumelanin beings. Highly impactful beings. Remember, I said highly. I didn't say lowly, I said highly. Therefore, who are you being good to? It's obvious. You've definitely not been good to the high level beings because you don't know to be good to the high level beings. You only been geared towards these lower energies. And being geared towards these lower energies, we tend to not know anything about self-love. Because we've been taught to be self-abusive, self-hating, just so wicked to self, but good to everything outside of ourselves. Simply because of not white supremacy, not our skin tone, although it's made to be because of our skin tone. It's something more deeper. Many think melanin goes by the pound, by the amount one being has, when that's contrary to the whole truth, contrary to the truth of the matter. It's not about other beings having less melanin or more melanin. It's about the type of melanin. You got the low melanin, which is what Caucasians have. You have a different type for the animals as well. And then you have your melanin, what we have. What we have, what we possess. Having your melanin is having powers, it's having magic, it's having the ability to free yourself from bondage of the animal kingdom. This special elixir is connected to fire. We were given it when we were sent down here, right? Philomelanin burns. It is not connected to fire. There's a reason for the season, right? Philomelanin cannot will keep you in bondage. It keeps you in the animal body, in the animal. It also gives you an animal mind, animal thinking. Where your melanin allows you to exceed, to travel outside the body, and you can be free within the animal body as well. You have that capability. It's all about your thinking. It's all about your thinking. Now, the mind here for us, we have been put in a position as your melanin people, because people before us did not know the difference about the melanin. They pretty much just um, they just knew melanin. They just knew melanin, and they always thought it was about the amount of melanin that a being had. When it's not about the amount. It's different types of melanin. There's only two types within the what you call quote unquote human race, and that's the phenotype, and that is people primarily with uh, a whole different makeup than us. The whole different, and they come in many shades. We see the Indian Caucasian. We see Puerto Rican Caucasians. We see Mexican Caucasians. We see the European Caucasian. Now I'm naming them by the areas because that's where we're at now. That's where we're at now. Now, there are European people with euromelanin. But they are the European Africans, European Mexicans, European, what they call Afro Latinos. Anything that has that phenotype of the Negroid being, that's big lips, tight curly hair, and the skin tone within us varies, but it stays within the browns. Within the browns. And can go light but not to the pinks. Not to the pinks and I would say reds. We don't normally, we have reddish browns, but we don't have the fleshy pinks or the fleshy reds. So alchemy has been played with us to the point where, as I was describing things, the colors, it was kind of mushing together. It does mush together, but the chemistry breakdown, the chemical breakdown is the thing. And that can be seen. That can be seen many, many times. So where the package comes to us delivered as white supremacy, it's not underneath the surface, it's not white supremacy. Underneath the surface, it's who you being good to. Who are you being good to? Who are you giving your powers over to? Are you recognizing who you are, what you are, why you are? Or are you a parasite, sucking and living off of the beings who don't know who they are, what they are, or why they are? I don't necessarily care about where you are, because once you are spiritually in tune, you know where you are. No doubt about it. But what the question is that was given to me spiritually for me to talk about was who you are, what you are, and why you are. Those are important to overcoming the ways of this world that we see outside of us. All these shootings, all these deaths, all these games being played. If you're good to yourself, you don't have to partake or be affected or be fearful that it's going to be around you, because it would never come around you once you leave that frame of thinking. And they do not want you to leave that frame of thinking, their realm of thinking, their world. They want you in their world to continue to have this fear, and that fear gives power. That fear gives great power. So who are you being good to? You're feeding fear, feeding your emotions to a system of alchemy. They know their elixir is weak. So they know their mixture, their elixir is weak. They have to use your elixir, your eumelanin, your power, your magic to feed them. What are you thinking on, Nubian brother? What are you thinking on, Nubian sister? How are your words being used every day? Who are you being good to? That's my question. Certainly not self, or else it would already be over for them. For the lower energies could not strive, could not continue to do the work, their alchemy. So it's important, it's very important that we think on self, that we be good to self, because that's where the power lies, within self. Within self, that's where the power lies. That's where the elixir mixture is put to work, inside and outside as well. We manifest from the spirit world, from inside of ourselves, and we bring it to the surface. We bring it to the surface. We, and only we, have that ability. We have that power all along. The power was within us. So I ask, who are you being good to? Certainly not the master builders of this whole matrix. The master builders are looking down, saying, what is going on? What are we doing? What is going on? What are we doing? Because we are giving power to an energy that does not have power, that does not have the energy. So we lend over our elixir. Someone was saying it takes only 1 second, I guess, and it'll all be over. But too many of Nubian people don't know themselves to be good to themselves. Let me tell you what they know. All they know is to go out and help something else that has criminalized them, abused them, slandered them, killed them in most cases, made them homeless without, starved to death, not even gave them a thought. But you put your energy into that. You give life into that. And you call it a reality. But who wants to live that reality? Someone who does not know themselves, who they are, what they are, and why they are. Someone who does not know who they are, what they are, or why they are. And it's time to question that, so that you can start putting this work in and be good to you and love you. Because unless you do that and put that work in, only your Christ is not coming for you. Because one thing he or she doesn't do, it will not force you. It will only try to communicate and try to make you aware of something about yourself. But if you refuse to be aware of something about yourself, then so be it. You can live You can live how you want. Free will. Free will. It is free will. You can be good to whoever you want to be good to with the illusion of reciprocation, because I refuse to be good. I have left that. I have jumped off that horse a long. I have jumped off that horse a long time ago. I jumped off that horse a long time ago. Because the whole thing is who are you impressing that is worthy of your presence? Who are you impressing? Let me break it down for you this way. Psychopaths, rapists, stealers, thieves, I should say, destructionalists have trained you alchemically to hate yourself, self-loathing, to destroy yourselves, and to be docile, to sit still and allow them to do these things, just like they have trained animals on the planet. Now, do you think you notice they don't do that to each other? Because each other is not a threat. But the threat is what's beneath them and what's above them. They abuse the animals because the animals have a higher ability than what they have on Earth, on this animal level. They're more keen with their smells, their senses. They can hear things, see things that more than they can. They abuse us because we have the ability to escape all of it. We have the ability to transform. We have the ability to go on. We have the power to overpower this planet as well. We have that ability. But if you don't know why things are the way they are, you don't even know who you are, what you are, and why, of course you wouldn't understand that. You wouldn't understand that. So once again, who you think you're being good to? You think that the saying is, if I be good to them, then they be good to me? Or am I being good to me by being good to them? No, no such thing. No such thing when magic, energy, power, sorcery is at play. And it's always been at play. Since day one, it's been at play. So don't tell me it's not real. I know it's real because a group of my people, Nubian people, to fall for their trickery quite easily and magically by utilizing your own power. Weakened your power for self to transfer it over to be utilized for them. Could that be what slavery was about? Could that be what coming to the new world was about? Sooner we recognize and realize these things, the better. Question yourself. Who am I being good to? Do I have self-love? Why do I have so much self-hate? Why am I doing the bidding of something that goes against my nature? Why am I not going and getting what the universe provided for me on this planet? Why can't I see that they are prohibiting me through my goodness? Through me, all things are possible. And it should be for me. I should be making it possible for me. Why am I making it possible for them first? Expecting something from me to come out of that. They told us politically on TV, they revealed that that's what they feel like things should be. They said they will not do anything specific for Black people. They will do for everybody and it will benefit Black people. Well, that's what you've been doing with your goodness. It's time to stop being goodness for others and be the greatest for self. In a split second, it will be all over. There's no need to worry what tomorrow's going to bring because it will be all over in the morning and nothing but your greatness will exist. Nothing but your greatness will exist. It's all about the mind. That's what I say. But if you're thinking of quote unquote, my white wife and proudness? Are you thinking about Becky being better than the black woman? Are you thinking, basically what I'm saying, if you're dwelling in these low energies, how can you be the man that the universe provided you to be? How can you claim your riches of the earth that the universe practically gave to us for us? How can you, when you want to dwell in the low energies that are not real, that are illusionary, that are put there to be like a fork in the road or something to stumble on, trouble over, for you to, it's supposed to be for us to recognize and to exercise our powers and see just how powerful we are as a people. But instead, you got to think, how can something so weak be so impactful upon my people, the Nubian people? How can something so weak be very impactful? Well, it's impactful because the people have weakened themselves. They weaken their hearts to themselves. So you have no love for self. You have no goodness for self. You want to dwell in the ego. Being good to self is letting go of the ego, because the ego was one that dwells in the lower energies, taking pride in low energy themes, ideas, thoughts. And once you do away with those things, you find yourself starting to fly above, and no longer with those things, they will look at you in a different way, because they'll know that they cannot touch you. They cannot touch your life. Like, they will call the police, but nothing will happen from their result, what they expected to happen. Because you have a covering over you that will allow you to walk in the ways called power, will and power. Ways of your will and power. And it would turn the world around. It would transform and transcend you out of here, out of the thought process of the weak, of the lower energies. Who you being good to? Who are you being good to? It's obvious that we have fed into a system for so long, and it has gained abundance from us, and at the same time disrespected and disregarded us for so long. And we have disregarded us for so long as well. Because what we have done is We have played it to the beats. Played it to the beats. Instead of listening in that time of quietness to self, the time of restfulness, we're listening to the noise outside of ourselves and want to participate and want to live in that, not knowing that that's not our reality. That's not your reality. And certainly not who you are. But when you don't know any other way, the trickery is real. Although signs are there, constantly there's signs. We've just been taught to ignore or look away or don't listen to them or call them by some other name. Or fear. Fear is deep, deep. That's why I always say our emotions we should control. When we want to have that power, we take back our power. That's what you do. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. So I just want to put out this thought for you to think about, and that is, who are you being good to? So with that said, true love, real peace, the higher self within the soul. Till next time. Thank you, Guy.